Hi friends, welcome to the room. My name is Kieran and today we are reacting to Castlevania Season 2, Episode 5, Last Spells. I'm really hoping that we'll get more into our trio of friends in this episode. I'm really enjoying their dynamic. I need it to evolve more and become more of a team. I really hope none of them die. I don't think Trevor Alucard are going to die. I worry about Sypha. He called her Sypha in the last episode, but I thought her name was Sypha. I might be wrong. But yeah, I worry about her. If you want to see this episode early, fully uncut, you can do that over on Patreon. You know the drill. Links in the description down below. If you want to follow me on my other social media, you can also find that in the description down below. And with all that being said, let's get on with the show. Let me fix my hair before... Okay, cool. This is Dracula's castle that Camilla wants to move to an island. Okay, yeah, and did anybody think that he killed Godbrand way too easily?
Assemble at Brayla.
Brayla.
The word.
So she's clearly trying to control something, but I don't think... Is it that Dracula is like the leader and he's in charge of everybody, essentially? He's the most powerful vampire and she wants to be the most powerful vampire?
How hard can it be to find Godbrand of all people? There has to be a limited number of things in this castle that he can drink, sleep under, or attempt to have sex with. He must be somewhere.
Actually, he's not anywhere right now. There he goes. He is into the wind. Bye-bye. What's with this music choice?
You know, for coming from an oral memory-based culture, you're very good with books.
It would have been a poor education if we hadn't been taught to read things to add to our memory stores. Look at this. There's more in this room than 1,000,000 speakers could carry across 2 generations. This is insane. And the sheer breadth of information about
I mean,
the
she
castle.
has a good point. She has a good point. Like, unless you're like one of those people who has like, I don't know what it is, the genetics of great memory, which some people do, photographic memory. Unless you're somebody like that, most people can only remember so many things.
I discovered an entire box of spells about penises.
You're certain it was one of his ancestors? You didn't find it under his childhood bed?
Stop testing him, Alucard.
I am concerned I have thrown my lot in with a demented infant.
A demented
I imagine he has
infant.
similar concerns about you.
I am also concerned that you enjoy him too much.
And what is that supposed to mean?
And he's a drunk, and he's self-destructive, and anybody trying to hold on to him may well simply be dragged down with him.
You're afraid. You worry that you might have made the wrong choice. So you're trying to make him prove himself again and again by constantly provoking him. Wait. Get me that volume back there. With the red spine.
What have you found?
I'm not sure. The ritual language it's written in has forked a couple of times over the years. This one has the Adamical root.
What's that? There's a high remembrance. There's a show or a book or something where somebody that sounds so familiar. Somebody else has used that. Is it Scythe? I've heard that reference before, or maybe something very similar, but that sounds so familiar. High remembrance.
Interesting. I see threads of Chaldaic in it.
You're rather well read yourself.
I had entirely different books under my childhood bed. My father was a polymath, my mother was a doctor, and I grew up very fast.
I don't know what a polymath is. I feel like in my head it means someone who can do a lot of different kinds of math, but that's probably not what it means. I'll Google it after. He feels like someone who might change
You spend
sides.
so long in a castle that you can forget how the sun feels. Don't you think?
I like the castle. The stone stays cool.
Or Isaac gonna kill him.
where we are.
You like the cold?
When I'm cold, I can eat meat or throw a cloak on. If you weren't concerned, wouldn't want the conversation out in the daylight.
I just didn't want to be interrupted by argument.
They are good at arguing.
I used to liken them to wolves or bats.
So,
The cats need herding, Isaac.
that's a good way to get your eyes clawed out, Hector.
We're the agents of his rage, not paintings of him. We can't just thrash around.
What do you want, Hector?
I want to present a united front. I want a plan. I want to move forward and get this over with.
Okay, this is... So I know I'm being quiet, but I'm trying to follow... Because I know in the last episode, Carmilla was talking to Hector, and Dracula was talking to Isaac. And like I said, I don't put it past Isaac now to kill Hector. I feel like Hector's going to change sides, or something that Carmilla said is going to alter how he feels. This feels like this is very much two characters who are being very divisive in, I don't know what word to use, in what they want.
I know that, strictly speaking, we've never really been friends.
It seems counterproductive to cultivate human friends when we're engaged in the project of ending the human race.
But we are on the same side.
I imagine it would even make Godbrand smile.
Yeah, well, don't talk me out of it.
That's very good.
And the night creatures I forged for you will arrive at their destination soon.
Hector, you are a marvel.
What now?
Now we'll wait a short while for Isaac to settle, and then we'll have him accompany us to Dracula. Present a united front.
Quite remarkable. Carpathian.
Indeed. The last of the mirrors made by the Carpathian scrying hermits 400 years ago.
I must learn more about transmission mirrors one day.
Why?
Hector doesn't like it when the animals fight. Camilla has the court whipped up. Discord is loud. It bothers him.
Is she still loyal?
Oh, I think so. There's betrayal abroad in the court.
Hector is just trying to keep the peace. He's trying to keep the peace in a group of people who are trying to start a war. Irony. But Hector just doesn't want internal fighting. He wants everybody on the same page. But Carmilla is trying to turn people against each other.
So, if I let them go to Brayla, they'll stop scheming and whining.
I think so. It will give Camilla some power, but that's not a bad thing.
No. The war room will speak to you and Hector in one voice instead of a dozen.
Indeed.
I remember when the merchants of Kronstadt disrespected me. Spending a delicious few days gathering information about the town.
I feel like all these vampire people, they take everything way too seriously. Like, calm down.
Setting fires in the town, knowing that the merchantmen would send their wives and children out.
The way they fight just seems so wasteful. Like, you're a vampire. You're drinking blood. Find one person, drink their blood, maybe find another person, drink their blood. He's just slashing and killing and taking like a lick, and then he's moving like it's wasteful. You're wasting food. You're wasting food. That's what you're doing. That's what it seems like. It just seems so sloppy, and just in the whole of vampire lore, even the most I don't want to say carnivorous, monstrous, I guess, of vampires that I can think of off the top of my head. Not that I'm familiar with all the vampire lore, but a decent chunk of it. They're meticulous, and he's sloppy, and I really don't like him as a character. He is the character I like the least. I don't like his design. I don't like anything. I don't like his I don't like him. he coasts like some sort of flying squirrel. Oh, so there's a point in this particular slaughter. There's a reason. Okay, we're not going to know what that reason was, apparently. They're not going to tell us. Is this after his wife or before? Oh, they're not going to show us.
But those times are long gone. Let us just conclude this thing.
It feels like a before his wife kind of a thing. This isn't going to go well.
Isaac, we were looking for you.
I was admiring the mirror.
We would ask you to consider moving the castle to Brayla to conduct a full-scale destructive attack on the port.
To what end?
To seal it and discourage escape by river to the sea. Then we turn inland, having landlocked the humans and turned their country into a prison.
I no longer have the
I know that he didn't want to go to Brayla before. Was it because of the water? There was a reason he didn't want to go to Brayla, but I don't remember what that reason was.
Amuse yourselves. We will go to Brayla ourselves so long as they all die.
I will stay, Dracula, until this is done.
It doesn't matter. So long as they all die. That's all.
I mean, okay. Maybe I should feel a little bad for him because this whole thing is because his wife was murdered and he loved his wife. But he's kind of a whiny brat. He really is. And I'm trying to be sympathetic and feel bad for him.
What now?
Now I ensure my forces will be in place. Then,
After you so loudly brought up the issue of Belmont and Alucard.
and I have already had you forge me the means to deal with that issue. I am in control, Hector.
You are.
There are perhaps 4 other women in this castle, and they all glare from the edges, either disempowered by posturing man-children, or too paralyzed by sheer fucking rage to do anything.
And which am I? Child or animal?
And the only way out is forward.
Yeah,
Come along.
I didn't think she'd reveal her true colors so quickly. But yeah, she was using you, bro. That was obvious. I need more of them. I don't care about the vampires. I get it. They're the point of the show, but I need more of them.
Oh, this is Trevor!
What?
I have something!
When I say what, that doesn't mean I would like to ask even more questions.
Would you please? Oh, you're the most annoying. Just stop!
I'm coming.
Yes, so some clever Belmont eventually formulated most of a locking spell. A method to catch the castle and lock it down to a single location so that it can be invaded. Adamic is the original human language. The one spoken by Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
Ooh.
The one that was split into all other languages at the Tower of Babel by God
Ooh.
to prevent human cooperation.
Is that an accurate myth? I'm gonna have to Google that. I really like biblical lore and Christian mythology and stuff like that. I like it. But yeah, what did he call it? Endemic languages? I'll have to look that up. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Is that how you understand that story?
Oh yes, the speakers are the enemy of God. See? God hates me.
Oh, what's happening?
That's probably not God.
That's probably not God. End of the episode. Damn, I need more of them. Okay, so everything I suspected was true. Dracula's a whiny brat. I said I didn't think Carmilla was gonna reveal that she's actually just using Hector to get what she wants so quickly, which I feel like is a bad move. Yeah, this is a good episode. I like it. Moving along. I want more of the trio. I keep saying that. I want more of the trio. Maybe we'll get more next time. I'm going to Google that thing. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.